crispy chicken basted in a super spicy, tangy sauce. Yes, it's kind of like Nashville hot fried chicken, but maybe better. So epic, so amazing. It's up there. Oh, I think it might be number one. This isn't even for the camera. It's just really good. Alright guys, so you know by now how much I love fried chicken. It is like my spirit animal. We are going to make a NOT Nashville fried chicken today. So it's in that Nashville hot fried chicken style, so super crispy with a beautiful spiced spicy oil brushed over it at the end. But of course we're going to do it my way. So we're going to have a little bit of an Asian flair for this one. Let's get going on the chicken first of all, most important. Now, I am a legs and thigh girl. I'm always saying that in my videos, but I just really love that dark meat and how juicy it stays. But please go ahead and use breast if you want to as well. Now, I'm just getting my chicken pieces into a bowl, and we want to dry brine here. So we're gonna go really hard on the salt and pepper. Okay, so you really wanna make sure you're getting loads of salty goodness on these pieces. I mean, so dry brining, instead of kind of submerging the chicken pieces in a wet brine solution, salty solution, we are just gonna let that surface salt penetrate into that chicken meat. So, you know, be generous with the salt here, guys. Now, you want to let that salt work its magic for like at least 3 hours. If you've got overnight, that would be even better. Or you organized people, I'm always so jealous. But yeah, at least 3 hours. So in the meantime, and yes, that doesn't mean you can just sit down and watch Netflix for 3 hours. We actually do have to do a little bit of work here. We're going to start our spiced oil. Well, the kind of spiced part anyway. First off, we're going to start with some tamarind. Yes, weird ingredient, I know if you were making a traditional Nashville hot fried chicken, but we're doing it Thai style. So I'm gonna make like a nam diem style spiced oil. We start off with a sour element, which is the tamarind. Okay, and now we want some sweetness. So I've got some brown sugar here. I mean, traditionally you would make a nam diem, a Thai nam diem sauce with palm sugar, but brown sugar is what I've got at my pantry at the moment. And then some fish sauce, mainstay of all Thai cooking, and then some really finely sliced shallots. So this is like typically just like a little background flavor in a good nam diem sauce, and so of course we're going to pop it in our nam diem sauce. And then here comes the spice, guys. So I'm using a whole bunch of chili flakes here, and then because I want a really great deep red color without adding a huge like blow your head off amount of spice, I'm going to add some sweet paprika as well. And this is a really good tip here. You could like up the sweet paprika and decrease the chili flakes for like a milder version, or you could up the chili flakes, decrease the sweet paprika for a really hot version. So totally customizable, up to you. Just give that a mix. Oh, look at that beautiful color. That is just gorgeous. All right, now let me just have a taste, see how we're going here. Oh, that's what a good nam diem should make you do. It should be like a whole kind of body experience. Ah, and juicy and spicy. Do you know what it does need though? A little bit of lime juice. Okay, now let's have another taste. Just perfect. So what you have there is like this really forward tangy flavor, and then you get hit by that beautiful chili spice, and you kind of get that background sweetness and a little bit of the shallots in there as well. That is a good sort of standard Thai nam diem sauce. Great. Right, so we're going to add our hot oil into that nam diem sauce a little bit later once we've fried our chicken, but we also have a little more work to do. We're going to make a really quick cucumber pickle. So typically a Nashville style hot fried chicken would have a really nice tangy kind of pickle with it. We're just going to go with a really quick version here. So you want some nice slices of cucumber here, and pop those into a bowl. And now a little dash of sugar and a little dash of salt. Now give that a really good mix. And this is what I like to call like a fresh pickle, because it's not a traditional pickle that's jarred that will keep forever in your pantry kind of thing. It's more like a, okay, make it, eat it, maybe keep it for a couple of days in the fridge, but it does save on time, which is great. So just let that cucumber and the salt and sugar do its thing while we make our chicken. So the first thing we need to do is make ourselves a little wet dip for the chicken, and that is going to be milk based. So you could use buttermilk here as well, but I've just got milk, so I'm going to use milk. Okay, I also need an egg, And then here comes all the flavor and the spice, because any opportunity to put flavor and spice in things, you know I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm using like a Chinese garlic chili paste here. A sambal oelek would be great as well, or any kind of spicy chili paste you've got. Hot sauce too. And then an extra little hit of garlic here. Now just give that a mix. All right, time to get our chicken pieces coated. So you kind of want to set up like this. You want your chicken, you want your wet mix, you want your flour. I'm using corn flour here, and yes, to my American friends, that is cornstarch to you. And then you want your tray to pop your beautifully breaded chicken. All right, so we're gonna do a double dip here, that's right. And the whole idea here is we're gonna get lots of little like craggly, crispy bits on the outside of our chicken. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So grab a piece of chicken and then into your milk mixture. Now, to minimize the sticky hand situation, you should be saying to yourself the whole time here, wet hand, left hand, dry hand, right hand. It's gonna help you out. All right, so now into the corn flour, and then back into the milk mixture, and then back into the flour. And you can see now we have a piece of chicken with beautiful, like crusty, craggly bits all over it, and that is exactly what we're going for. So to check if our oil is hot enough without using some sort of fancy thermometer, I just like to use a wooden spoon, get in there, and this chicken's gonna be in there for quite a while, like 15, 16 minutes. So you don't want this really super hot, you just want like a nice, sensible kind of bubble. Okay, that's looking good. And we are ready to fry our chicken. Now just slide those chicken pieces right into that oil. All right, so this is not the time to go away and start checking your Instagram feed or something. You want to be treating these pieces of chicken like they're your firstborn children. You want to tend to them, you want to be coming back here, turning them. I know it's, you know, a good 15 minutes here that we're going to be waiting, but it will all be worth it in the end. And see, the problem is with frying chicken at home is that you don't have a big, deep fryer like in a restaurant. So if you just let these guys go, they're going to get lots of black spots and burnt spots. So they need to be turned and lovingly tended to. Now the other thing I like to do here when I'm frying chicken at home is just regulate the heat by turning it off and on. Oftentimes the oil will get a little too hot, so you'll see it's starting to brown a little too much. So turn the heat off for a little bit and then turn it back on. Frying chicken, one of life's pure pleasures in my opinion. But have a look at that golden color, look at all that craggly crispiness that we've got from our double dip. All right, now I'm just gonna pop these out onto a tray. I like to put a baking rack down just to drain some of that oil. Now that is one amazing looking tray of chicken there. Now, hot fried chicken, a little bit of salt, always good. All right, so we're not done with this chicken just yet. We wanna get our hot and spicy oil on there. So let's make that oil. You just wanna scoop up like a little bit of that warm chicken frying oil and then pour that into our spicy sauce that we made earlier. All right, now give that a really good mix. And now comes the second most favorite part of the recipe for me, aside from the chicken frying, of course, and that is the brushing with this luscious red oil. Let's go. Let's do this. All right, so just all over the top in all the little nooks and crannies. Turn the chicken over. And would you look at that shine? I mean, wow. And so the whole point of this is that that crispy coating will still stay kind of crispy, but it'll like soak up all of that sweet, tangy, spicy flavor that we've got. Wow, and that chili is totally getting off my grill. I love it. Okay, so this is looking amazing. Let's get it out so I can eat it. Now for the cucumber quick pickle that we did, you just want to grab a hold of that cucumber and give it a really nice squeeze into your bowl. And there you go. Definitely not Nashville fried chicken, but it's kind of like, well, it's Marion's fried chicken, and well, I think it's really super tasty. Well, let me just see. I'll just check. I love this part. All right, let's see. That crunch, can you guys still hear that? That is, without word of a lie, guys, I mean, we do a lot of fried chicken. I know I always say this, but wow, this is like so epic, so amazing. It's up there. Oh, I think it might be number one. I think it might be number one, the number one fried chicken we've ever done. The crunch, the spiciness, the tanginess, the everything. This is the everything fried chicken. Wow. Okay, if there's one thing you're gonna make on my channel, it's this one, guys, trust me. Now, just leave me alone with my fried chicken, please. It really is very good. This isn't even for the camera. It's just really good.